Hey everybody, it's Emily, the Crazy Worm Lady. I'm here today with the experimental sand versus eggshell as a source for grit. Our experiment here. The first thing I noticed is that there's castings and moisture along the wall in the sand bin and completely dry over here in the eggshell bin. I have no idea what that could be related to, but just thought I would note it. So this is our sand bin, and I wanted to turn this up a little bit, see if we can spot any cocoons today. I would think that most of the cocoons would be near the feeding, if there were any, but I could be completely wrong, so I'm just gonna take a few handfuls as a sample size here. And I'm not really seeing any in the moisture, even though there's moisture built up in here. You can see this just flakes right apart, so not so sure what the issue is there. So let's go back here. This is where we had that apple hopefully finishing up now. And we got lots of worms all in here, and it's collapsed down quite a bit. So I think they've finally made some good work of this. Looking really, really good. So I'm going to put this down here in the far corner, and I'm going to see if there's worm activity underneath, and it does feel like there is. Not a ton, but there's definitely worms. It's warm down here, probably from the decomposing food. Not hot, just a little bit warmer than the rest of the bin. But not spotting any real cocoons at all, actually. But this apple's just about demolished. You can see the worms are all through it. And that's really encouraging. It took a while for them to get into it, not quite sure why. But everything in here looks good. I see a few little springtails running around. Not at all dangerous, they're fine. All these extra little guys in here are just little helpers. Now let's come over to the eggshell bin here. I'm gonna pull this back. I'm gonna do the same, just see if I spot any cocoons in the bedding. Really not seeing much over here either. Oh, and look, as I say that, right there in the middle, that golden cocoon. Let's see if there's any other ones. Okay, so let's get down here where we fed. And once again, we have worms climbing all throughout here. The skin's actually drying out. But you can see the worms are actually all underneath of the skin, climbing through the apple. It's exactly what we want. And there's worms all underneath as well. You can see some of this egg carton finally starting to decompose as well. So that's excellent. So I'm going to turn both of these bins kind of top to bottom. I'm going to bury down these apples in the far right corners in both of the bins. just kind of mix the rest of this up a bit. And again, definitely not too wet, not too dry, nice and flaky, just the way we want it. So, I think we're going to feed this opposite front corner today. One more little peek to see if we have any cocoons. Doesn't look like it. So what I'm going to do is I have some pieces of sweet potato. This is another thing that's going to be slow to decompose. I got even amount for each of these. And I have some coconut core. I'm going to give about half of this to each bin. Need them to have a little bit more living space for them to feel ready to start reproducing for us. So as I said, this is the eggshell bin here, so I'm going to get my eggshells. And I'm just going to sprinkle that through here. So we'll toss this on top, lay this piece of newspaper here, and then we're going to come over on the sand bin. Let me make sure my gloves are clean. Do the same thing, put our apple down the corner, bury it up, and then kind of turn this bin around a bit. Just not spotting cocoons in the sand bin today. I'm sure they're in here, just not obviously apparent right away. And I'm going to put these sweet potato pieces down here. I'm going to sprinkle some of my sand and the rest of my bedding, just the coconut core. Just kind of level everything else out. Put our little marker where we fed and lay our paper on top. And I think that's what we're gonna do for today, just leave it at that. So I want to thank you guys for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. I will be doing a giveaway later this week, so keep your eyes open for that. I appreciate everyone's support. I would have never thought I would have gotten to this point, and I would continue it whether you guys, were tuning in or not, but I really, really greatly appreciate it. So let me know what you think. Drop those comments below. Like this video. Subscribe if you'd like some more content from me. And I'll be back with you guys real soon for an update. Thanks for stopping by.